Hey, how you doing? My name's Ben. And that's the whole intro. Welcome back to the Riftdale Chronicles hiatus. Why do I keep bringing up the hiatus? Mostly so people don't think I'm just done with those videos. There will be more, eventually, I promise. But in the meantime, here's whatever this is. Now, before I get into this video, I just want to say I am technically a minister, so I have the right to make this video. What, you think you speak with more authority because you were actually brought up as a Christian and you actually go to church every day and you've actually read the Bible? No. That's not how that works. I've spent a whole 2 minutes getting ordained online. I have the authority here. I speak with the Word of God. And the Word of God is, this YouTube channel is the only good YouTube channel. God doesn't have good taste. Anyway, if you're easily offended by blasphemous statements, maybe this video isn't for you. Anyway, I'm really just making this video, not even to call out Christianity, but to call out a specific manufacturer of Christian goods. You see, over a year ago now, I ordered this shirt for one of my characters. If you haven't seen my videos, his name is Christian, and he's a terrible person. He is not a good example of a good Christian man. So I bought this shirt from what I thought was just a random retailer. But then they started sending me catalogs of everything else they had to offer, and they haven't stopped. They send you one every month, and believe me, they are all exactly the same except for the covers. The covers change a little bit, but the contents are exactly the same every single time. I started actually keeping these in December, and I have December. I don't have January on me. It's probably somewhere around my house, but I have February, I have March, I have April, I have May. I really only started keeping them just so that I could compare and contrast them to see if they were actually all exactly the same, which they are. And the name is Autumn. Autumn. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's the name. And I just want to say to Autumn, what the fuck is your deal? I don't think God would appreciate you destroying the environment to send me a new catalog every fucking month. And I would know because I speak with the goddamn authority of Word of God. That was absolutely not necessary. Those went everywhere. Anyway, that being said, I actually paid attention to the prices a couple days ago. And oh my God, they are charging an arm and a fucking leg for everything in this book. Like, goddamn. Who knew there was so much money in Jesus? You know, I made my character Christian into a con man who is also a priest because I thought the juxtaposition of those two things was kind of absurd and funny. I'm starting to realize maybe it's not. Not specifically the priest part, but just conning people using religious stuff. Like, holy shit, this stuff is ridiculously expensive. Or at least they say the prices are absurd. You see, this catalog does something that a lot of catalogs do, where they post the retail price that, you know, you can buy that thing for anywhere else, or that you can buy it for usually in their catalog. And then they post the actual price, and the retail price is fucking insane. It is absurd. It's like thousands of dollars or something. And then like the sale price that they're selling is like super low, and it's like, look how good this is. And it's like, dude, no one's fucking selling a goddamn cross for $10 million. So there's really only two options. Either A, they do typically charge those other prices, or B, they're trying to trick you and scam you. Both are kind of scummy. Don't get me wrong, even the sale prices are sometimes pretty absurd still in this catalog, but it's not as absurd as it could be. But that being said, I thought it would be fun to play a sort of Price is Right with the retail prices, what they say these things are worth. That's right, we're playing the Price is Right Jesus edition. All right, so I went ahead and tweeted out pictures of things from the catalog, and then also tweeted out polls attached to those pictures to see if you guys could guess what these things are retailed at. And surprising enough, you guys actually didn't do too incredibly terrible. Let's begin. First up, we have the most relevant item on this list, and that's the long sleeve clergy shirts, the one thing from that catalog that I bought. The thing that led to all of my troubles. So, what did I pay for this? There was no fake retail price on this one. It's just a flat price. So, did I pay $19.99, $29.99, $39.99, or $49.99? Nothing too unreasonable. You guys actually got this one. It was $29.99. This shirt was $29.99. $99, which isn't bad. I mean, it's not terrible. It's a little pricey, but like I've gotten button-down shirts for more expensive than this, and I've also gotten them for cheaper. So not that bad. A very modest price. It's nothing too expensive, nothing all that cheap. It's a very average price. So here's where it gets spicy. How much are these bad boys right here? What's the retail price on one of these? They kind of just look like really fancy scarves to me, but apparently they're called stoles. So how much for a real fancy stole at the retail price? Are they $60 even, $70, $80, or $90? I'll give all of you watching this a couple seconds to think in case you didn't vote in the polls. So like, is it $60, $70, $80, or $90? What do you think? How much are they willing to lie to you about? How shameless do you think these motherfuckers get when they're trying to scam you? It should be said I accidentally made the rest of these polls 24 hours instead of just 1 hour because Twitter's default poll length is fucking 24 hours for some godforsaken reason. So I made the first poll just an hour, but then I forgot to set the rest of them to just an hour. So if I'm wrong about these results, then the screenshot is the most accurate. But these polls have been up for like 6 hours, so they're probably pretty accurate. All right, got your answers? Got them in your head? All right, you're probably wrong. Only 15% of you guessed the right price. It was fucking $90. They're retailed at $90 for what's basically a fancy scarf. $90 fucking dollars. I lowballed you motherfuckers. I gave you like more reasonable prices. Only 15% of you got this right. Starting to see how absurd this is? Next up, we have what I can only assume is a super fancy poncho. The Jesus is Risen Gothic style chasuble polyester. Fucking call it what it is. It's a goddamn poncho. Is that offensive? I don't know. I don't know anything about religion. It looks like someone took a real goddamn big poncho and was like, yo, let's put some fucking Jesus in this shit. So, is this $69? Nice. $99? $99.99? $199.99? Or $399.99? Give you guys a couple seconds to think about this. Think what you think this is worth. Take a real long look at this as a fashion statement and tell me what you think it's worth. How much would you value this as? How much would a normal person value this as? And then don't answer that. Answer what you think someone trying to scam you would value it at. So, got your answers locked in? Got them in your little noggin? You know which one of these is the right answer? No, you fucking don't. Or maybe like 11% of you do, because that is how many people got it right. It is $399.99 at its retail price. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, that's its actual price too. This isn't the fake price. This is just the price. They're charging that much for the Super Jesus poncho. I think they looked at that price and were like, yeah, that's absurd enough. We don't need to add another price. Here's the breakdown of how you guys answered, and only 11% of you got it right. Yeah, you guys had way too much faith in this fucking catalog. I may have skewed the results a little bit because I put a meme as one of the answers, but I mean, it's still the least answered option, so you guys still got it wrong. Don't pat yourselves on the back. All right, this one is actually one of my favorites. It's called a cope. I have no idea what the hell that is in religious terms, but I'm kind of still convinced it's just a typo of cape. So, how much is the retail price of the misspelled cape? Is it $390, $609 nice dollars, $990, or $1,090? Gave you guys a bit more range on this one, so there's less of an excuse for getting it wrong this time. You got your answers? You willing to lock it in? If not, then you're thinking way too much about this. All right, the retail price of this bad boy is $990. Like, are you getting this shit? There's not even like $100 worth of material here. What does it cost, like $500 to have this manufactured? Absolutely not. Doesn't even look cool. It's a fucking cream cape. I ain't gonna pay $990 for a fucking cream cape. So here's how you guys answered, and of course, a lot of people chose the meme again. So you all got it wrong still. If you picked $690, you still got it wrong. You failed. All right, so that was the clothing section. Now we're into the other kind of merch. We're gonna start low and we're gonna climb our way back up. All right, so let's start small. How much for these candles? How much for 6 of them? 2 inches in diameter, 16 inches in height. How much would it cost to get 6 of these? Made from 51% beeswax, might I add. Just enough to say that they're mostly made from beeswax. Are they $124.95, $184.95, $224.95, or $284.95. Keep in mind, this is for 6 of these tall boys, so I still wouldn't pay any of these prices for 6 candles, but keep it in mind. Got your answer locked into your little noggin? I hope you do. If not, again, you are thinking way too hard about this. All right, it turns out the actual price for 6 of these candles, not the fakey retail price, this wasn't one of the ones that were on sale. The actual price for 6 of these boys was $124.95. I actually tried to highball you guys and trick you, but apparently that didn't work. This was the second one you guys actually got right. 38% of you guessed $124.95 as of me recording this. Still though, that's a fucking crazy price, right? Like that's not normal, right? Like you can get a large Yankee candle, one that actually like smells good. I don't even know how these smell. One that smells good and will last you like a fucking week, constantly burning. You can get one of those for like, what, 10 bucks? Let's look it up. Okay, 14 bucks. It's not 10 bucks, but still, 14 bucks for a big ass candle that smells really good and will last you fucking, how long do these things last? Burn time of 110 to 150 hours. Okay, so best case scenario, it burns for almost an entire week nonstop. When have you ever done something for one entire week nonstop? Like seriously, why are these so expensive? Is it the beeswax? Is that what it is? Is it because they're made of beeswax? Let's look up how much beeswax candles cost. $12 on Etsy for 100% beeswax candles. Like, they've got even more beeswax. What's not to love? I don't know, man. This shit's fucking unreal. $124 for fucking candles. That is insane. Is no one else like freaking out about this right now? $124 for 6 fucking candles. $124. That's the real price. $124. For fucking candles! Alright, I'm sorry, I got a little too passionate about beeswax candles there for a second. So, moving on. So, how much for this bad boy? It's literally a pillow on a box that you kneel on. Use it for kneeling when you pray. A pillow on a box. How much would you pay for a pillow on a box? This is the retail price, so not the real price, mind you, but this is what they're saying people typically pay for this. So, what do you think it is? Is it $99, $199, $299, or $399? Think long and hard about this. How much do you think they could shamelessly say that people pay for a pillow on a box? The box opens. That's a plus. It opens up, so it's got a hinge on it. Maybe that marks the price up a bit. A couple $100 maybe. For a fucking hinge. That hinge had best be solid fucking diamond for these fucking prices. You got your price locked in? If not, you really should just start pausing this video. Alright, the retail price of a literal pillow on a box is $199. They actually think that people would actually believe that this is actually worth $199. That is a thing that they genuinely thought. Not that the actual price is much better, it's $100, so, I mean, maybe they weren't that far off. And this is how you guys answered. You actually did pretty good on this one too. Most people guessed $199. So that's 2 in a row that most of you have gotten right. Like that's not bad. You guys are actually doing pretty okay all of a sudden. You ain't cheating, are you? Motherfuckers didn't look this shit up, did you? You better not have looked it up, because that's cheating. And I'll tell God. I'll send your ass to hell. I can do that. I'm a minister. I'll go up to God myself and be like, yo God, see this dude? See this dude right here? They gotta go to hell. They cheated. Send them to hell. That being said, now that all the cheaters are burning in hell, let's move on. Check out this fucking thing right here. This big ass fucking candlestick. How much is this shit worth? Or how much is it worth? What is this big ass brass candlestick's retail worth? Is it $990? Is it $1,100? Is it $2,200? Or is it $3,300? Those are literally all of your options. Almost all of them are over $1,000, and one of them basically is $1,000. So which one is it? How much do you think people would lie to you that this big ass candlestick is worth? It's brass, and it's shiny, so that's gotta count for something. Got your answers locked in? Think you're right? Statistically, you're probably wrong. This shit right here is retailed at $3,300. That's more than my paycheck. That's more than like double my paycheck. And yeah, almost none of you guessed this. Only 16% of you got it right. Here's that breakdown. It may have changed a little bit since then, but right now for me, it's 16% of you. Are you starting to see how absurd this shit is? Because we still have one more item. And that final item is Jesus. That's right, Sky Daddy himself. White Jesus, mind you. As statistically unlikely as that is. Take from that what you will. That's a whole nother can of worms. So everyone, what is the price of one whole Jesus? How much is Sky Daddy worth to you? This isn't the retail price. This is the actual price for Sky Daddy himself. All right, you got your numbers? If not, then pause the video. Again, you're taking way too long. The actual price is $1,995.95. What, you think that number's absurd? It ain't absurd for Jesus. You know, it's like Jesus always said, don't fucking touch me if you're poor. LOL, get away from me, you poor dude. And here's how you guys did. You actually did pretty even across the board. I don't think any of them won out. So I guess you guys did kind of average. I don't know. I don't know if I count that as a win. You guys did very average. As of recording this, all 4 answers have anywhere from 22 to 27% of the votes. So like, I don't think any of the votes really stood out. So I don't know, I guess the crowd mind gets like half a point, maybe, or a quarter of a point. Probably more like a quarter of a point because only a quarter of you have gotten it right. Anyway, this has been The Price is Right Jesus Edition. But wait, we have one more item for you, a bonus item. It's not really something to bid on because it's not got a crazy price attached to it because I don't think they could justify a crazy price being attached to it. They have these light up cross pens and religious styluses. I don't know, something about that's really funny to me. That is fucking capitalism at its finest right there. Holy shit. The Jesus stylus for when you want to send that sext, but you also want to leave room for Jesus.